we have this big tank in the basement that used to hold diesel fuel for the old furnace system, and it's ruining this quarter of the basement because it's just right in the middle. So eventually I'm going to have to remove all these pipes. This pipe I think I could get with one of my Koza wrench because it's not too big. But that one back there, that coupler, is about that big. And I think I'm definitely going to need a large wrench for that. So I rummaged through my shed and I found this big wrench. I think this should work fine if I can repair it or upgrade it. I may weld it to where these teeth are longer to grip onto that thing, but I think it should be just good enough. Well, the other issue that you can see is it's bent. And also it's bent here. So it looks like somebody hooked it onto something and put a very long cheater bar on the end of it and just bent it all out of whack. This video will be about seeing if I can heat up that end part and pound the head straight. Maybe even tackle the handle, but I think the handle's fine. And then clean up all the rust and maybe lubricate it a little bit so then I can have it ready to go. I think the main bend is right there, only like maybe 1 or 2 centimeters from the end. So I can use my blowtorch to heat that up. I'll lean this against an anvil or something like that, or not a real anvil, but a hard thing that I happen to have, a train rail. And then I'll pound the heck out of this side, and that should bend it down a little bit. I was wanting to be able to run 2 blowtorches so I could have heating both sides, but it looks like I'll just have to heat back and forth because this one isn't working too well. It's kind of acting up. So yeah, I guess that's the best plan I can think of. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the flame heating up this side right here, then I'll pound on it. Then I'll move around so we're going to have an equal chance to heat up this side, and I'll pound on it, and I'll just go back and forth until I can get it to move, or until I run out of fuel. For you to hold that, I'm going to see if I can hit this. Okay?
Now, which way are you hit? Do I need to elevate it or something?
I'm going to hit right
here.
here.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I want to hit in the middle, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I'd be concerned about that.
The rail to a level spot. Thanks very much for the help. Let's see. I don't think it's doing anything. It's actually going it that way.
Yeah. So which way was it going? I thought that's what you were doing.
I want to bend that in. So it's like a U shape there.
It is.
But
It looks fairly straight.
yeah, but what I'm worried about is the actual alignment of the teeth.
Yeah, I know. But it will be angled because it's meant to go on a pipe. So it'll always be a little bit angled.
No, it's meant to go on a bolt.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
like
I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to weld it. I'll add a little lip onto it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be redoing all that. I'm going to use the remainder of my fuel and just try to straighten out the rough spots I added.
I got it.
Oh, I'm just going to do it.
You sure?
gonna go right here. So I'm extending the anvil. Could you hold that? It's gonna go on top, so it's gonna go right here there. Which side do I need to be on? Watch out, that's hot though. Seems a little bit more. I really can't tell. Oh well. It was fun though. So at this point, oh wow, that's warm. So at this point, we should take it apart, and then we can clean it out. Seems I can't do anything without a Koz wrench. Done. Nice. So guys, I basically just accidentally punched the thing because it slipped out of my hand, and everyone's always worried about like me not wearing gloves. Well, that's the worst that happens. It's just it's a bunch of little baby scratches. It's really not that bad. I'd rather have that kind of injury where it's just a bunch of little paper cuts than have like my glove caught in the thing. Yeah, that's just gonna be one band-aid thing. That's a little cut. To be honest, that's the first time I've ever had a grinder nibble on my finger, and I kind of wish I would have caught it on camera, but really all it was whoa, shit, kind of like that, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's actually a lot better than I expected. Oh boy, that was a lot. It's interesting that this metal doesn't seem to be getting brighter in some areas, so I think there might be either deep oxide or, I don't know, maybe there's a different metal. Or maybe one side's treated with something, I don't know. It's weird. It looks straight enough to use, so that's good. Use some WD-40 just to help keep the rust off, because otherwise, in this Illinois weather, this would rust up within a couple hours. This also is a good way to get all the junk off the edges, because there's still going to be some particles of rust left over. Whoops. Gotta work on my aim there. Don't want anything to go to waste. Although it's all going to evaporate, but I think that WD-40 actually has several oils or something in it that the main ingredients evaporate away, and it leaves a nice coating of some other chemical, whatever other part is inside of it. Smells good too. It smells really good. Now, we should be able to put it back together. I don't think that I have to worry too much about fixing these threads, so that's good. That goes like that. Oh, and those go nicely. At least while their WD-40's fresh. Let's see if I'm going to need the hose wrenches to get this back on here. Maybe not. Yeah, I will. I think we're mostly through it now, so that's good. Yeah, that's going much better. Nice. Really nice. Clean off more of this junk that popped up. And yeah, I know, I need to find a good place to mount this. I'm happy with it, it's working really well. I just need to find a good place to not have to hold it down. Most likely, when I get to working on the shed, I can mount it onto one of the tables in there. That'd be pretty nice. I put it in front of a space heater for about 2 hours, and that did help evaporate a lot of the stuff, although there's still some WD-40 on this section, but there's still a nice like oily sheen all over it. That should do a good job of protecting it from getting rusty. It's still really easy to adjust down and up, so I'm happy about that. It's really nice and really easy. I could have never done it like that before, just by the friction. It's so smooth. And I'm pretty sure this should work exactly how I want with all this stuff. If I have any issues though, I can just modify the teeth to make sure they're parallel. So yeah, that's pretty tight. Nice. It is interesting how there are different colors in the metal. For instance, this is a darker, and then this is lighter. So it seems like, oh, and also this is very light. I was able to get that brushed off. But I tried to clean off this stuff a lot. So I'm wondering if maybe these are, like, maybe this top part was treated with a different method than the bottom, like this, somebody dunked it in oil or something. I'm not really sure, but, or maybe it's like, I don't know. Like, could it be that this is impregnated with oil and like microfractures or something like that, and then makes it look darker? I don't know. It's interesting that it's darker on the same piece, you know? Because this is much easier to clean up. But it could just be my eyes playing tricks on me, because this is pretty reflective now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. This is pretty cool. I'm not really sure on the age of it, but there is one little marking. There is one inside here that says 58, and it's just 58 stamped on there. It's nothing really that tells anything. It's like, that doesn't really help at all. But there still is H hand marked on each side. So that most likely, this is found in Hillsboro, Illinois, and that's HI. So it could be either A, somebody's name was H, or B, that's just like it was owned by Hills or something. I don't know. Like, who knows? I really don't know. It's hard to tell. Well, I figure I can leave it up here. Well, not up here. I'll put it on the ledge. But I can have it down here, ready to go for whenever I need to undo this. And I don't really know if there's any other big pipes like that I need to be undoing anytime soon, so this might stay pretty inactive. But I'll be sure to keep putting WD-40 on it just to make sure it doesn't rust up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya!